Is it necessary to have a technical skills these days to get a work sponsorship in the UK? If a company likes you and your role is on the list, you can qualify. Not coding or Excel formulas. Hi everyone, my name is Hazel and welcome back to Hazelog. So, let me start with a question in this video. Is it necessary to have a technical skills these days to get a work sponsorship in the UK? Especially if you are on the business field. This is a question I hear a lot from students, from professionals, and even from people who are already working in London and wondering whether they need to upskill. So the world is changing quickly, right? And the job market in UK is one of the most competitive places out here. So let's break this down together. First, a bit of context. The UK is trying to use a point-based immigration system, right? So to secure the sponsorship, you need three things. The first one is an employer that is licensed to sponsor, and the second one is a role that is eligible, and the third and the most important one is a salary that meets the threshold. So on paper, that means you don't need to be like a technical person. If a company likes you and your role is on the list, you can qualify. And this has happened. People in HR, account management, marketing, and even consulting, they have all received sponsorships without being like data scientists or engineers. So in theory, technical skills are not strictly required. There are good reasons why sponsorship can happen without technical expertise. So there is a unique value you can bring. Maybe you speak a language that the company needs for expansion into like Asia or the Europe, and you have market knowledge that you might understand customer behavior in regions that the UK company is trying to target, and you might have client facing skills. So in business development or consulting, sometimes it's all about persuasion, right? Relationship building and trust that seal the deal, not coding or Excel formulas. And you know what? Here is the thing. Sponsorship is ultimately about what the employers cannot easily find in the local market. So if your strength is niche, specialized, or internationally focused, you can stand out without technical fluency. So I'm gonna talk about technical versus non-technical field. So the technical fields are something like STEM, IT, and finance related ones. So they are like more straightforward. They got like sponsorship since these roles are often appear on the shortage occupation list, right? Employers, they're also willing to sponsor because they can just justify the skills are rare in the UK work phase. So for the business or non-technical fees, something like marketing or management or consulting, sponsorship is harder here because UK employers can just usually find the local talent with similar backgrounds. So unless you bring a specialized edge, something like language skills, niche market expertise, advanced analytic, it can be tough to stand out. While you don't need to be a coder or data scientist, having a technical fluency is increasingly valuable. For example, we have marketing right now. We got all the data heavy roles like performance marketing, SEO, and analytic or something automation. When we talk about finance or business, we have Excel modeling, SQL, Power BI, and for the HR, something like data reporting or HRIS system. So these are the skills that signal like employability and differentiate you from all the generalists. Let's flip it around, okay? The reality and practical is that the technical skills are becoming more and more important, even in business roles, because employers want the ROI, right? The sponsorship also costs you and the employers lots of money, time, and also compliance. So that the companies want to make sure that the candidate they're bringing in isn't just good enough. They want someone who's like really hard to replace. So business is becoming very data driven lately. So think about marketing. 10 years ago, for the marketing, you could be just creative person with a really good ideas. But today, if you cannot use like analytic or automation tools, reporting dashboard, you will struggle a lot to keep up. This is the same for like every industry. Like spreadsheets are not enough anymore. Employers expect you to know like modeling software, like maybe even SQL or Power BI. So hyper roles are the new normal now. So the job titles like the digital marketing manager or HR business partner now come with like the expectations of technical fluency. So the line between technical and business is blurring. So it is possible to get sponsorship without technical skills, but the odds tilt heavily in favor of those who have them. Let's take a look at the example. Imagine two candidates. The first one, they are a marketing professional with strong communication skills, but their CV shows like no familiarity with digital platforms. And there is another candidate who is also a marketer with a similar background, but they know Google Ads, performance marketing tools, and also analytic platforms. So which one do you think an employer spent thousands of pounds sponsoring? Exactly, candidate B. The question is it necessary? I mean, strictly speaking, no, but there are still cases where people get sponsored based on soft skills, but practically speaking, yes, or at least almost, you need technical fluency, and this often makes the difference between being overlooked and being chosen. But here is the con. If we push this too far, people start feeling like they need to become half a software engineer just to get sponsored. So that's not healthy because soft skills like leadership, adaptability, and cross-cultural communication, they are still vital. Sometimes like these are the skills that keep you in the job. Once the technical learning curve is done, what you should do if you're aiming for sponsorship in the business field. The first one is trying to identify your niche. What do you bring that a local candidate cannot or might not? Something like language, market knowledge, or global experience, maybe. And the second thing is trying to add technical fluency. It's like you don't need to be a programmer, but you should be comfortable with the tools and the systems that your industry relies on. And the third thing is to target the right companies. So in UK, not all the employers sponsor. So trying to focus your energy on those who already have a track record of like sponsoring people. So trying to think of this way, okay? Business and technical skill combined is kind of employability squared. Let me return to the question. Is it necessary to have a technical skills to get work sponsorship in the UK, especially in the business field? The answer is not absolutely, but almost inevitably. So technical skills are not the ticket, but they are the accelerator that gets you there faster and with much stronger odds. So in the end, it's not about choosing between being a business person or being a technical person. It's about becoming the kind of professional who can speak both languages, the language of strategy and the language of technology. And if you can do that, then not only does the sponsorship become possible, and it becomes likely. This is all for today, and thank you, and see you in the next video. Bye.